Welcome, everyone, to, I would normally say TriTech University, but it's not TriTech University today. It's just a special TriTech joint webinar with our good friends over at Chekkit.
Yeah, it's Chekkit University. I love it. Yeah, I'll just introduce ourselves real quick. My name is Kiana. I am the sales manager here at Chekkit. And Lewis, go ahead.
I'm Lewis. I'm a Chekkit's integrations expert, and I also work on the support team. So I help with all the launches of new brands and helping everyone get set up and trained on our network.
Yeah, so we are so excited to chat with all of you today. Truly, AIM by TriTech is a brand new integration with Chekkit, and we are just pumped because truly it was brought to us by our customers saying, hey, like this is software that we use every day, and we'd really love for it to integrate with another software like Chekkit that we use every day. And it's just incredible that now we're all here and actually able to chat about it. So I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. I think the information that you guys are going to receive today will be really beneficial. And truly, we are just excited. This is just the beginning in terms of, introducing you to the software, introducing you to Chekkit and our integration. So yeah, well, that's kind of our plan for today. And we're really excited. I think a few more people are joining, so maybe we'll just do a very quick introduction on who Chekkit is, and then we can really just kind of get deep and dive into the software here. So I'm actually going to just start sharing my screen. We will start off by just looking at Chekkit's beautiful website. Let's start there. Perfect. And then Lewis or Bill, if you could just give me a thumbs up if you can see it. That would be wonderful. Awesome. Okay, wicked. So yeah, we're looking at the Chekkit website right now. And truly, I just kind of want to start off by explaining who we are, what we do, before we can really get into how the integration with AIM is so beneficial and the value it adds to your business. I think it's really important to know what Chekkit is before we even jump in there. And so that's kind of my job for today is I'm going to really introduce you guys to Chekkit. I'm also going to shut off that sound notification. But yeah, I'm going to introduce you guys to us and just kind of give you a very basic walkthrough of the software. Because before we can really get into how that integration works, we need to have a good understanding of how Chekkit works. That way it's the most advantageous for this presentation. You guys can walk away feeling just like you know what we're talking about and everything rather than just throwing a bunch of information at you. So we'll start here with the website. Chekkit is a review management and customer interaction software, which is a very fancy way of saying that we simply give you the tools to more effectively and efficiently communicate with your customers. And so that kind of stems from our ability to have all of your chat channels in one place. So the customer interaction side of Chekkit really has to do with our all-in-one inbox. So this is the connection of all of your chat channels with your customers. So this is a web chat on your website, which can be on any page, whether it's your main page or your contact us page, it's totally up to you. But this allows your customers to initiate a conversation with you right from the start. So what they have to do is really just click on it. They decide what department they want to chat with. These department names are fully customizable. So you can actually make it to be what computes best to your customer. I know a lot of people joining today are in the music industry. So something could be like new lesson or maybe repair, instrument repair, things like that. That can be kind of what computes to your customer and they can click on that. And then they'll actually be brought to a page to choose what message they want to send you. So they'll enter in their name, their phone number, the message they want to send. I'll just do something like, can I get more info? And we'll send it on over. And so this initiates them in a two-way texting conversation with you. So this is not a live chat, right? We don't have to stay on the website. We don't have to wait here for somebody to respond to me. I actually can leave the website because now I'm in a two-way texting conversation. And that's truly Chekkit. We're a two-way SMS communication platform where you can text your customers, whether it's about updates, whether it's about general inquiries. It's just the ability to communicate on an SMS platform that just works really well for you and your customer. So that's the web chat. Then there's also, like I say, the direct text messages where you can text your customers, they can text you. And then we also have your social media platforms that can all be connected in Chekkit, your Facebook, your Instagram, your Google, all of those channels. And so Really easy to just kind of respond to everybody right through there and initiate conversations right through Checkit as well. And then the review side just goes right into that because you're already chatting with your customers on these channels. It makes sense to then ask for that review, whether it's after a lesson is done, after an order is complete, after an instrument's been repaired. Great time to then ask for a review and boost those reviews on Google, Facebook, and any other platform that is important to you. So really the benefit to that reviews aspect is that people need to be able to find your website before they are able to start a conversation with you, start chatting with you guys. And that's actually where your reviews come in, is having those reviews on your website that and on Google and on those platforms that very much boost your views so people can find you guys. And once they find you, then they can interact with you. So that's how our system works. That's how the two work together. Currently, you guys are actually looking right at the Checkit dashboard. So this is exactly what it looks like. We are currently in the Messenger screen. This is where all messages are received in Checkit and all messages are sent out in Checkit. So if I were to have sent a web chat message, that would be listed here. If I were to just send out a message on my own, I could just go new message, enter in the name, the phone number, or email of who I want to connect with today. So I'll just do myself, make it nice and easy here. So I could save myself as a customer and then just search me up later. But if I send a message, it's going to save all of this information anyway. So what we'll do actually is we'll send off a review invitation to me. And what that's going to do is I'm going to receive that as a text. So I get a nice big photo here attached to that review invitation. That photo, as well as the texting, is fully customizable. So I can make this a logo or a team photo. And I could also totally change the wording here to make it a little bit more computable to our customers. You know, thanks for choosing us today. Thanks so much for coming in for your lesson today. You know, things like that just compute best. And then the link there is what's so important. That link is what your customers are able to click on to then choose what platform they want to leave a review on. So very simple, very easy to use, and just a really great communication tool. So yeah, your ability to receive messages in our platform with all the channels I mentioned, your ability to send messages in our platform, and then you also have the ability to send mass messages as well. So that's under our campaigns tab here. This is your ability to send mass messages. And that's if you want to send the same message to multiple people at one time. This could be advantageous if you just need to send, you know, maybe all of your students that are coming in for a lesson tomorrow. Well, let's send them a lesson reminder. We could even just call it that lesson reminder. We could utilize just a worded message or maybe one of our templates. Our templates are pre-worded messages. These are messages that you can truly just grab, maybe edit if you'd like to, but you can send it off to them, and it's just pre-worded messages that make your life easier. So there's lots of options for communication individually on a mass scale. The ability to have pre-worded messages just set here and ready to go for whenever you need to use. And then also having that reviews aspect. So having that connection to your Google account, to your Facebook account, and the ability to respond to those reviews right through Checkit. You know, you can just say, thanks so much for leaving us a review. You can even edit past responses that you left on reviews. So there's so many options here to just truly manage your reviews all in one spot, send out the invitations, respond to those invitations, and also just, you know, manage your reviews, see the total reviews you've sent, see the amount of review invitations you've sent. Just a really great way to just kind of keep this all in track. So very beneficial, very easy to use. This is really just a handful of features that Checkit offers. I'm trying to do a very condensed version so that we can truly get into the AIM portion of this and how this is integrated. But truly, I think to recap, the best thing that you guys need to know is that Checkit is all about communication. We are here so that you can communicate with your customers on the channels that they love. That is texting, that is Facebook, that is emails. You can do that right through our system as well. You know, you need to talk to your customers all day, every day. I know, don't get me wrong. We do the same thing here at Checkit, and it is so easy to just send it as a text, to send it on Facebook, on the platform they asked to start a conversation on. So really, if there's anything to take away, I would love to show you more, but I don't want to take time away from Lewis's presentation. There are so many features in here that are just extra from what I've shown you. You know, we have ability to schedule messages at a later date and time. We have the ability to automate, and that's going to be part of the AIM integration. But even then, automate responses to just general questions that your customer sends you. You can have the system take care of that for you. There's just so many extra features, and truly, if that's kind of what you're looking for and you want more information, let us know at the end here, because I'm happy to schedule a demo of this software with you guys. But I am going to stop sharing my screen real quick, and I will bring it over to Lewis to talk specifically on the AIM integration.
Thank you for that, Kiana. Great job. So yeah, let's dive on into the AIM integration with Chekkit. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. We're going to go through a little bit of a process. We're going to show you how it's set up, and then we're going to show you what we can do. If one of you guys can just give me a thumbs up that we can see my screen. Perfect. So within Chekkit, one of the tabs we have is our message automations tab. This is where we handle all of our integrations with our third-party softwares, CRM systems, you name it, we can integrate with it. And in this case, we're going to be talking about the AIM one specifically. So it's nice and easy. We just create a new app. And what that does is it generates a unique URL. Now, this unique URL, Bill will show you in a second how to set this up, but this unique URL gets put into the AIM system. What this does is it allows the AIM system to send events to us of anything that happens in your system, including sales, work orders, repairs, like bookings, things like that. Really, any information you can think of, we can use, and we can use that to automate your outbound messaging. For multi-locations, because I understand some of you guys are multi-location owners, the setup is slightly different in the sense that you don't need the full URL. You'll just need this last little code. But our team here will help you set up the entire thing. But I am going to pass it over to Bill real quick, just so he can show what the TriTech setup is on, or the AIM system setup is on their end, just to show you guys how easy it truly is.
Definitely. So yeah, everyone should be seeing my screen now, and same idea. Yep, perfect. Okay. So honestly, it is super duper simple. In the Active-E area of the setup, you simply find the Chekkit option, you enable it, and then just like Lewis was saying, that last little bit of code on the end of the URL, you simply copy and paste that into whichever relevant locations that should be associated with. Once you have set all that up, you will want to make sure that you close down and restart the AIM system. That way those location IDs can become loaded in and be connected with the rest of the AIM activity. But really, that is honestly it. There is nothing else needed from the AIM side of the equation. It is all back to everything else that Lewis will be showing as far as the setup. And Lewis, you are muted.
We really want to take a moment to show you how easy that setup is in AIM. We understand you guys are running businesses. You have your own setup systems. The easier we can make this for you, the better. And that's what we've done. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again. Same deal. Just give me a thumbs up when we can see it. But what will happen is now that everything's set up, we're going to start to get what we call events. And this is where we can start to build our automation rules. So I'm going to show you how we build the rules, and then I actually have a couple examples of current users' rules and what they're doing with them. So to create a rule, you just give it a title. This is a good thing to just tell you what the rule does. This is going to show whenever the message goes out in your messaging logs. Now, every time something happens in the AIM system, we're going to get a little event packet. Now, this event packet contains all of these details down to the contact cell phone number, the name, what they did. So was it an invoice? Was it a sale? Was it a work order? When it happened? What items were involved? As well as things like price. This one I don't believe was a sale, but oh yes, there it is, the item price and things like that. Now, using these rules, we can automate messaging. So one of the easiest ones to do is the transaction status. If the transaction status is equal to sale, obviously at this point we want to send a review invitation. This is a really good opportunity to get the customer to leave feedback for you. So we can then go, hello, and then we can actually get the customer's name pulled into the message from the AIM system. We can even add personalization as well. So the person that helped them out in your store, it can be the person that this comes from. So the employee name. We appreciate moment leave as a review. And so creating the rule is truly that simple. Now what will happen is once we define the phone number, anytime something happens in AIM where the sales transaction status is equal to sale, the customer will get this, completely automating all of your outbound messaging in this regards, your review invitations after sales. So this really allows your team free time to focus on the important things, helping you run your day-to-day business, focusing on things that they can do to better the business, rather than having to worry about inundating them with getting more reviews or customer feedback. Now, once we save it, before we save it, we can also define how it goes out. So we can either send it to the cell phone or we can actually email the customer as well from the Chekkit system. Primarily, we like cell phones. You're going to get more response. You're more likely to get someone to open the message and more interaction that way. But if the customer likes email, you can set it to go by email as well. Now, I'm not going to save this one just because we already have a couple rules like that. But I actually, before we show you it live, I wanted to show you some examples of some rules that some of our current users are using. So again, this is a little more geared towards music, but we do have a music store that does a lot of repairs. And so one of the things that we want to keep in mind is when in the repair cycle, the musician that dropped their instrument off, they want to be kept updated. They want to know what's going on with their instrument. Now, that can cause a lot of work on your repair team. So what he's done is he's actually set it up so whenever the status of the repair changes, the customer gets a quick update. So down to when the work order is created, when it's completed, when it goes on the bench, and then also after it's done, a review invitation. In addition to that, you can also thank people for rentals. If they book lessons, you can use this to send them confirmations on the lessons. And then after the fact, you can use this to follow up and say, hey, how was your lesson? And again, without causing any additional work for your team. Now, we do have one rule created, and this is where I'm going to get Bill's help here again. We're going to actually show what happens. So Bill on his end is going to process a sale, just a test sale, just to show you this integration firing, and we'll show you how fast it goes. So Bill, let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm going to go ahead and share my screen again, so everyone should be seeing it. I'm just going to hop into a quick sale on the wrong screen. Let me bring this over here. Just for the benefit of it going to a linked account here, I'm going to go ahead and choose this Lewis Black account, just so that the way I know it goes to the appropriate link here. So let me just hop over here, and I'm just going to sell not RT14. I'm just going to sell this this mouthpiece that I've got set up here, and we're just going to go ahead and do a tender of cash, which is over here. We'll just go ahead and say okay on that. We'll finalize it, and then of course typically we would go ahead and be sending that out via the receipts and whatnot. So I'll just show the receipt on the screen here just so that we can kind of see the details here. So it was sold to Lewis. It was a mouthpiece for $59, total activity of $62.54. And Lewis, I suppose at this point you can share your screen where we should be seeing those details popping up.
Absolutely. And one thing before I take over, if I'm sure most of you noticed was the time in there. So that was processed at 1:47 p.m. according to those time there. Now I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you how fast that actually went through. So if we go over here, we can see this is actually the conversation. This is the phone number that it went to. And we can see at 1:47 p.m. exactly, that message went out to the customers. So this is an instantaneous process for you guys. There's no delay. There's no hesitation. When something happens, we get it done right away. There's no delay, no drop balls, and completely automated. So from a customer's perspective, they just bought something, and then all of a sudden on their end, they get a text from the person they bought something from before they've even left the store to get a review invitation. And so from our end, that's quality customer service right there. Yeah, it's going to make your customer feel valued and appreciated. But that is the AIM integration with Chekkit on our end. I think this is a really good time to hand it over to you guys and see if we have any questions, which I think Bill's going to be facilitating the Q&A portion of this, and we'll be helping out with the answers here. So I'm going to pass this back over to Bill, and we'll answer all your questions.
Sounds good. So yeah, let's just see If we're getting any chat activity, I see Bill had asked if Checkit is only integrated with version 12, and that is correct, because that does rely on a lot of infrastructure that the version 12 is built upon. It is only going to work with version 12 of AIM. And I see Shannon is typing up a question. And we're still going to wait on that. By the way, if people are having difficulty finding the chat function, depending on how you're logged in, there might be a little toolbar along the bottom, or it might be up here along the top that should look like a little chat bubble. You can click into that to post your questions there. Shannon is asking, what about payments? Can we send a payment request when we do rental billings, for example, if their card is declined?
So we can actually follow up with the payments, the failed payments. So we do get some payment alerts from the AIM system, absolutely. And then we do also have our own payment solution within Checkit that allows you to text payment requests to the customers. With those are typically a case-by-case basis, but I'm happy to sit down with you guys and see exactly what your current business kind of plan is for your payments, and we can figure out exactly how to integrate it with. We have a dedicated tech team here that can make that happen as well.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Says sounds good.
Yeah, just to add on to that too, there is one of the triggers in the AIM events that Lewis just touched on, which is awesome, and it's an automatic text that gets sent to your customer if an auto pay is declined. So I know a lot of you do have that kind of auto pay set up, and that was kind of something in demos that I have done in other people that are utilizing this integration was something that they really enjoyed. So that's something I just wanted to touch on because that is such a pain when that declines, and then you have to call the customer and get it all sorted. But with this integration, you can just trust the system because it'll just send them a text saying, hey, your payment declined. And whether that's, call us to input a new number or whatever kind of follow-up you'd like to happen. But the key of that is that we're able to just chat with them right off the bat when something like that happens. So yeah.
Awesome. All right, let's just see if any of the other attendees have any questions here. I'm going to guess that it's been a pretty straightforward concept. Doesn't seem to be a lot of questions coming in, which I'm going to say is a good sign. I suppose maybe is there any tidbits for how to take the next step?
Absolutely. Yeah. So with the next steps going forward, if this is something that is, just looks awesome to you guys, and I hope it does, because truly we're excited about it. We just can't wait to get you guys set up with this. But really the way that it works with Checkit getting set up with this is very, very simple. Checkit's a non-contract business. So we don't have any time commitment, any contract. So what happens is if you like to sign up with Checkit, we do an account agreement. And that account agreement states the package you're signing up for, the features included to include that AIM integration. And so we send that over to you. Once that is signed and completed, your account is set up the exact same day. You are sent welcome emails by our support team with your login credentials, as well as a link to book your training time. And that training time actually would be with Lewis, which is so fun because you already have a face and you got the name, and he's awesome. And he would be the one to do your onboarding specifically to walk you through the setup of the account, ensure that you have all the best practices for how to utilize the software, but then specifically for that integration, just running through exactly what you want automated. And we run it through front to back. It's not like we just give you instructions and say, okay, have fun. We sit down with you, we do it over Zoom, and we run through tests to ensure that when we hop off the call, that integration is 100% working and is integrated, and you are just ready to rock. So yeah, that's truly how it works. And you guys might have some questions and you might want to see a couple more examples. I know with webinars, we're a little bit tight on time. So please feel free to reach out to myself, to Lewis. We're happy to answer any questions. And I, for one, am very happy to jump on a call just like this and share my screen, answer any questions that you guys have, go through a little bit more of a demo of Checkit. I'm sure there's going to be an email blast sent out after this, probably with myself and Lewis's contact information. So please feel free to utilize that. And yeah, we're super excited to get you guys set up with this if this is something you're looking for. So
And if you don't want to wait for the email, I just want to take a moment to show you how easy it is to actually get in touch with us. Right away, just sharing my screen again. We're on our website here. This little chat widget right here, just go sales or support, either one. It'll come to me and Kiana for both departments. You chat directly with us right there. Start a text conversation with us. We can get you guys going as soon as this afternoon, if this is something you are interested in.
Very cool. Thank you so much. Let's just see if there's any last minute questions as we kind of wrap up our time frame here. But we did get this recorded, so I will be just putting this together really quickly afterwards. And I believe as part of that email blast, that will have the link to go back and rewatch any of the details, maybe rewatch some of those setups that Lewis was demonstrating there. Of course, I'm sure both of you would be more than happy to give additional details. Jason is asking, is there a phone app?
Of course, absolutely. Configured for both iOS and Android, so either or, absolutely.
And it allows you directly to reply to your customers and reply to your reviews as well. So as a business owner, I'm sure you're quite on the go. You can't always sit by a computer. You can respond from wherever you want. It's all app-based.
Awesome. Well, by all means, if there's any other questions that you think of afterwards, definitely reach out to Lewis or Kiana using the functions that he so eloquently displayed there. Very super easy. By all means, if there's any questions on the AIM side of the equation, you can reach out to us over here at TriTech. And if nothing else, we're excited about the integration and the partnership, and we hope you are too.
Absolutely.
Lewis, Kiana, thank you so much for your time today. And thank you, everyone who took time out of all of your busy schedules to sit down with us and see this live demonstration and get your questions answered.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
All right. I hope everyone has a great day.
Absolutely.
Thanks again.